You just had the first anniversary of MCC Brussels.
Yes.
How do you look back on the first year of operation for MCC here?
I'm never satisfied. I'm always thinking that we could be doing better, but I think we made quite a good impact. Number one, we got a very good team together, different types of people, different nationalities. Number two, we're getting a reaction from the media because they realize that our narrative is something that's very different to theirs, which I think is really quite important. Number three, we're raising issues that nobody else has raised. I mean, I'm very proud of our report last month about the LGBTQ issue,
Yes.
which everybody's very scared to raise and discuss. I thought that was a brilliant report. And I'm very pleased that on a number of issues, like today on farming, defending the small farmers in Flanders and everywhere in Europe, we're actually one of the first people to make that into political issues. So I think that our work is a pioneering work.
Yes.
A lot more needs to be done, but I think we're making progress.
What are your plans for any big projects for next year of things that you're thinking of or dreaming of doing? Because
well, more of the same, but I think we'd like to do something on populism.
Yes.
Because I think that at the moment, the populist upsurge is very, very important, and there's a real attempt to pathologize populism, to make it sound like it's far-right, fascist, it's horrible, rather than understand.
It's always the same narrative. Right?
Yeah, but we have to find a way of making populism seem positive, cool, even. And therefore, that's one of the things I'm really committed to doing. We're having some interesting initiatives on culture, on everything from classical music to Greek philosophy.
Museums you had?
Museums, everything that's part of our heritage as Europeans.
Yes.
I want us to make us proud of it rather than feel sorry about it.
What have been the biggest challenges for you? What has been different, because it's a completely new environment for you here in Brussels? What have been the most, the biggest challenges?
Well, number one challenge has been the Belgian bureaucracy, having to set up an office, getting a bank account just kind of functioning. That's taken ages.
It's amazing.
But politically, I think the big challenge has been to actually, sort of cut across the quarantine that people in the EU officialdom have tried to throw around us. So they try to create the impression that we're somehow beyond the pale, that, I'm somehow, a far-right agitator, not to be taken seriously. So we've tried to use humor, we've tried to communicate and try to kind of get around the quarantine, but I think we've done quite well. I think a lot of people are coming towards us.
Well, if you see the YouTube channel that has exploded over the past week, it's more than 300,000 views. That is amazing. Eh?
It is amazing. And
proves there is really a big audience, and that's only just the start.
That is, and I wish I'd speak Flemish. Then I would want to kind of try to kind of influence the young people in Flanders. I think it's quite important that we, because Flanders is like one of the prime areas where political change can occur. And I love to encourage the good politicians there to provide them with a bit of intellectual support, cultural support.
If you read the polls, then change does seem to be coming now for 24. Final question, and then I let you go. I don't think it's very often that you march. But you marched in London now last week with your family.
I did, yeah.
I imagine that's been quite a while. Or
yeah. Well, my wife and I were saying, because we used to do a lot, but we felt so strongly about the situation in Israel.
Yes.
It was an emotional reaction, and also I was very hurt by the lack of reaction by so many people. So the family, and we've been organizing to support Israel, and to tell people and warn people that Hamas did to the Jews in Israel is what some of them are capable of doing to us here in the rest of Europe.
It's what decolonization really means.
Yeah, a lot of people imagine that's just Israel. They don't realize that unfortunately, many people, Islamists here in Europe, have a similar attitude.
Yes.
They were dancing and celebrating when they heard about the massacre and the raid.
Even before any Israeli reaction, yes.
Yeah. So I think that is a key question for us, because whatever happens in the Middle East will have important consequences for us here in Europe.
Absolutely. Professor, thank you very much for your time.